Hi, my loves. We are back with another collective reading. I just meditated and I prayed. When I pray and I meditate, I always connect to God, the highest source. And I asked, what messages do you have for the collective, right? And what I heard was, seek and ye shall find. So when we ask for clarification of seek and ye shall find, what comes in and what I'm hearing is, what are you seeking? And how often do you seek me? How often are you allowing yourself to seek higher? How often are you searching for the old versions of yourself? How often do you allow yourself to let go of what it is that you're searching and allow the divine to step in, to guide you, to show you where to even begin? How often do you surrender what it is that you're going through to God to help you find the highest outcome? Okay. So the first cards that came out from Seek and Ye Shall Find is Nine of Cups. All right, so what we're searching for is our wish fulfillment. What we're searching for is our happily ever after. What we've been searching for is our divine union, whether it's with another person, with our family, with God, okay? What we're searching for is wish fulfillment. What we're searching for is ultimately what our soul is seeking, right? And what is our soul seeking? Our soul is always seeking connection. Our soul is always seeking compassion. Our soul is always seeking love. Our soul is always seeking hope, okay? But how often are we allowing ourselves to see what it is that we're searching for, or to see the beautiful divine essence anchored into all these moments that we call tower moments, right? How often are we allowing ourselves to fully surrender in these tower moments, which are literally the divine stepping in to bring balance and harmony to a situation? Okay. So in order for you to find your wish fulfillment, what if part of what you need to do is seek the balance, seek the harmony within the tower situations that you've experienced? Recognize how these situations have literally propelled you into higher versions of yourself. These tower moments that we encounter only happen for our highest good. But we don't ultimately see the highest good as soon as it's happening because we are so hyper-focused on the tower. We are not viewing it from a much higher perspective, right? So referencing the angel here, we have trouble stepping back and stepping into our higher self or our highest self when these tower moments are happening. So seek into the tower moments that you've experienced and find the balance and harmony that came from those experiences, because that is how you will find your wish fulfillment. Okay? And with seek and ye shall find, when you find what it is that is occurring, right? When you come to recognize and have those self-realizations or actualizations of the cycles and patterns that you have just playing on repeat, you will become disturbed, okay? Because you will recognize, oh my goodness, I'm the one that's perpetuating these cycles. I am the reason why I'm experiencing this. And it does become disturbing, right? Because we have to start taking responsibility for what it is that we're encountering and or experiencing. But until we have that self-realization of like, oh my goodness, it's me. Like, right? We always just blame everybody else or blame our circumstances on like outwardly forces that we have no control over. Okay. So seek and ye shall find. Oh, and then the end part of that whole parable, I know it's a reference in the Bible. After you find and you become disturbed, you then marvel and become masters of all. So what does that mean? That means you marvel at the fact that you have this self-realization and perspective shift and consciousness shift into higher levels. And then you marvel over the fact that like you have the ability to change it, and you have always been in control this whole time. You have just been too busy giving your power away. And then once you have that and you recognize your power, you become a master over all. And that's not egotistically, right? That's consciously. You become a master of your emotions. You become a master of your thoughts. And therefore, you become a master over the reality you create and or you get to experience. Ooh, I just got chills. Yeah. And look. And this is something that, we've been working on for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, but we're getting it. We're finally getting it. Like, we're finally coming into union with our highest self. We're finally coming into union with our minds, our bodies, our spirit, our soul, God, the universe, all that is, right? We're finally understanding the sacred interconnectedness of literally everything. And that's when change really starts to take place, right? Why do you think they always say, if you want to change the world, start with yourself? Because you are a creator. As much as we hate to admit it, the wars that have been fought on this planet have impartially been our fault. Okay? Everybody's responsible for it. And as soon as we accept responsibility for this, we allow transformation to take place. Okay? Seek and ye shall find. Yeah. And trust me, when you come to these realizations and you try and tell people about it, people who are not ready to hear it are gonna come at you for it. And just forgive them, right? We forgive them for they know not what they do. And what that means is we forgive them because we recognize that they are not reacting from their God's heart center, right? From their higher self. Because if they were reacting from their God center, their heart center, their highest self, they wouldn't come at you at all. And you know that. So you forgive them. And remember, forgiving people doesn't let them off the hook for what they do, right? It doesn't automatically negate anything that has ever happened to you. It doesn't take away responsibility from them, but what it does is it frees your soul. It frees your soul from that situation so that you don't have to experience that again. And how beautiful is that? Wouldn't you rather be done experiencing all the crazy stuff? Right? I'm done. I'm so good. We're good here. All right. But a beautiful thing that will happen when you seek and you find, you marvel, right? You get gifted. And when you start to come into higher states of consciousness, recognize that, yes, your psychic abilities do turn on, okay? And part of the reason why your psychic abilities are turning on is because your heart is turning on. In order for anybody to be psychic, intuitive, empathic, you need to have an open heart, okay? And how do we open our heart? Jesus taught us. We forgive, okay? We forgive. We forgive, we forgive, we forgive. He was asked, how many times do we forgive somebody? And he gave some ridiculous answer, which means you just don't ever stop forgiving. All right. So, final advice, my beautiful angels, because y'all are angels whether or not you recognize it. The more you continue to surrender all emotions that are no longer serving you and or that you are ready to release to the divine. Okay, the more you become a master of your emotions, the more you gain clarity over your emotions, the more you're able to not be so triggered and or activated by events, people, places, and things around you. Okay, the more stability you bring to yourself, not only emotionally but materially. Okay, Cups represents emotions. Pentacles represents the material world, okay? The earth plane, okay? And as we continue to do this, you allow new doors to open, okay? You allow yourself to create new realities. How is that possible? Oh, because this reality is simply a projection of our thoughts, emotions, belief systems, and trauma. So once we work on healing those and forgiving ourselves for these things, the universe around you has no choice but to respond to that change. And thus it changes the structures around you. Okay? But again, the change external must start internally. Okay? Call in the highest aspects of your soul. Call in God. Call in the angelic realm. Ask for help. Humble yourselves enough to ask for help. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Okay? Humble yourselves to ask for help and surrender all thought patterns, all thought projections, all thought belief systems, your consciousness. Surrender it to God to allow the highest to enter. Okay? Keep doing this and and you're going to literally see the divine just guide you. The divine will literally take the reins and be like, Jesus, take the wheel. And he'll be like, I got you. Let's go. Where are we going? I'll take you to your highest timeline. Okay? Yes. And just recognize, like, this material universe is very slow. But the more you quicken your energy, body, right? The more you ascend to higher levels of consciousness, the more you tune into higher vibrations of energy, the quicker your reality changes because you become more powerful. You become a much more powerful co-creator with God. That's the most important thing. Okay? Boom. And then you literally level up. You complete cycles, you complete chapters. World card also means you travel, okay? You go places. And you heal generations worth of trauma. My babies, we are carrying generations worth of trauma, lifetimes worth of trauma. But I know you have the power to release it. Because you're here right now watching this, are you not? So here's your confirmation. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Bye, my babies.